What is up, Hardcore Nation? It's Hardcore Christopher here, and last night I was doing research, and let's talk about Impalement. By the way, this video is not for kids. But anyway, let's get right into it. Impalement is the act of, I'm going to go through both genders. If you're a male, you are literally laying on the ground while a pole sharpened to a point is being put into your brown eye, and then your body weight will proceed to drag you down to not only push the pole or spike, push the sharpened point up through your body, and eventually make it out to make it out of either the mouth or some orifice of your body. Now, Impalement, there's always been a very, very, very there's always been a very, how do I say this? Oh yes, there has always been the thought that when you are impaled, you immediately die. I hate to break it to you. No. 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 You see, if the tip is thin enough and it's skinny enough and you can bypass the lungs, you could still be alive. And it would take maybe, it's either you would die, it's either you would already be dead, or you would be, or you would die on the you would die literally hanging on a pole. Now, Impalement was made infamous by one Dracula. Dracula, which I learned this from Anton when we were in school. I believe it's Latin for son of the dragon. I'm going to give you a couple of Uh, I am going to give you a couple of stories about Vlad. Some say he's the inspiration for Dracula, which could be. I don't know if Vlad actually drank any blood, but if so, he was a sick man. Okay, where to start with Vlad? There is a story in history where two where two messengers, not messengers, where two like merchants or messengers or whatever, they came to Vlad, and Vlad asked them to take off their turbans. Vlad tells them to take them off. They tell him no, it's against their beliefs. So Vlad proceeds to tell one of his men to nail the turbans to their heads. Literally, put a nail in the scalp with the turban so they could never take them off. But you'd probably, there is no probably, you would die. Imagine a nail being driven into your head. There's another story, which these are the only two stories I can distinctly remember, but it is said to be recorded that Vlad was in a war, and he ordered all of his men to gather up the enemy and to impale every single one of them as a sign to other people. If you do this to me, you're gonna get a pole shoved into your rectum, coming out the other end, and you will die there. Very, very, very gruesome way to die. But if that wasn't bad enough, Vlad was actually having dinner. He was eating dinner while watching Impalement. His own Impalement. Now, the Assyrians had a very different way of impalement. They would literally drop you. They would literally drop you, and you would literally land on the spike and die immediately. So, with that being said, I'm Hardcore Christopher, and I will get to crucifixion tomorrow, because, well, I got things to do, as you guys can clearly see. I need to put some clothes on, and I'm waiting for Internet Guy to show up so we can have internet once again, which, heck, I may just show you guys a list of the worst kinds of torture devised by mankind. I'm Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone. And remember, kiddies, This channel is not for you.